This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 1019. Welcome to Las Cruces in Mayfield High School and the District 3-5A tournament quarterfinals. The Alamogordo Tigers and the Mayfield Trojans getting ready to tip off here in about 15 minutes as these teams both looking to win the district tournament in order to make the postseason, and it'll be a long road for both. They'll have winner of this game gets Oregon Mountain, and of course, a good chance if you were to win that game as well. Las Cruces would likely be waiting as well, or Centennial, who's played well this season too. So two games going on tonight in the district tournament. This one, Centennial's hosting Gadsden tonight as well. And winner of that game gets the Bulldogs. The winner of this one gets the Knights. So both teams out on the floor now into their warm-ups. The Tigers are directly below us. We're sitting here on the second level at Mayfield High School. The newly christened George Maya Championship court as well. Coach Maya, the girls basketball coach for Mayfield, who has had incredible success, having another great year. They unveiled that court within the last couple of weeks. Saw it on social media. So the court now named for him here at Mayfield High School, and certainly a very deserved honor for Coach Maya. His team will be hosting their district tournament championship. Well, no, I'm sorry. They'll host the semifinal tomorrow. I think they get Oregon Mountain, as a matter of fact. So they'll be playing that game here tomorrow at Mayfield High School. If they win that game, they will be hosting said district championship. So these two teams that are on the court right now played each other 3 times already this year, twice in the district season, once in a regular season tournament over at the Poke Horn tournament. Tigers have won 2 of 3. Mayfield rallied to win the district game here a couple weeks ago. That's why we're playing this game here and not in Alamogordo. If the Tigers hold on to that, we're in Alamogordo tonight for that game. I don't know if the home court is going to make that big of a difference, but you know, you could certainly look at it. You know, Alamo's won the neutral site. Each team's won at home. And I think it does create at least a little bit of an advantage for the Trojans. You know, Alamo fans are going to make the trip, and there's already a good contingent of them that are in the stands right now. So you certainly got to feel like there'll be good crowd support here tonight for the Tigers. But from a gameplay standpoint, I mean, the Tigers played pretty well the last time. They couldn't hit their free throws down the stretch. Their defense couldn't get the stops they needed to, and Mayfield was hitting threes left and right over the final couple minutes of the game, and kudos to them. They made shots when they needed to. It was never, you know, neither team rather had a very big advantage. I think for the Tigers, you're frustrated because they led pretty much that whole game and couldn't come out of here with a victory. So just kind of, at this point, got to, you know, erase all that from your mind. Nothing matters but a win at this point. Every game this week, it's win or go home for pretty much everybody in this district, I think, except for Oregon Mountain and probably Las Cruces. I think the Bulldogs, even if they were to lose the Centennial, which that's likely who they'll get on Thursday, I think they'll be okay in terms of making the state tournament. Oregon Mountain's, you know, in plenty good position as it is. And so, you know, for the Tigers, you know, they know what's in front of them. Playoffs start today. You know, instead of, you know, state first round, you just got to look at it as, you know, if you want to keep your season alive, you've got to win every game from here on out. And Mayfield's feeling that exact same pressure going into tonight's game. And, I mean, that's good pressure. You know, you get to this time of year and I will say, you don't want to be in this spot where you have to win in the district tournament, I think is fair to say. But, you know, that's where you are, and that's what you got to deal with if you're the Tigers and the Trojans going into tonight's matchup. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll tip off right on time tonight, right around 6 o'clock. We've district tournament action. We have no JVC team, so we're getting going right at 6 o'clock. So don't go anywhere, and we'll get going with tonight's tip-off in about 10 minutes. Stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Don't forget you can listen to us online as well, alamosportsandtalk.com. We're also on the Alamo Sports YouTube channel. You can find us on your Alexa device or by saying enable Alamo Sports and Talk. You can also find us by downloading the Exciter Media app on your phone and listen to us there as well. So online and, of course, on 1230 AM and 101.9 FM, it's Alamogordo Tiger Sports. We'll return right after this.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today. OteroFCU.org. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
When life is in full swing, First National mobile banking app provides a useful solution to help you manage your finances. Check your balance, pay bills, or deposit a check. Banking on the go, anytime, anywhere. This is Susie with First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Card Suite Life provides 24/7 control right at your fingertips. This is AJ with First National Bank. Fraud prevention is priceless. Safeguard your card. Download the free app for a simple, secure way to manage your debit card activity.
First National Bank. Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Welcome back to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show on Alamo Sports and Talk. I'm Charles Winnicky. Thanks so much for tuning in with us tonight. Both teams on the floor warming up. It's District 3 5A tournament action. Win or go home for these two teams, Alamogordo and Mayfield. And, I mean, to be fair, if you don't win, you're out of the district tournament. But for a lot of teams this week, district tournament doesn't necessarily, if you lose it doesn't necessarily mean you're done in the season. State tournament brackets come out this weekend. And this matchup we've seen a few times. I've been in person for two of the three. I credit the first win the Tigers had over Mayfield as them kind of turning their season around. They had beaten Deming a couple of times, but really had been, and Silver they had gotten a solid win over. But everybody else had beaten them pretty convincingly, and Mayfield, up to that point in the season, had been playing pretty strong. And the Tigers came out of there with a nice win and started to build a little bit of confidence, beat Espanola Valley in the next game, and Cathedral and Clovis, and just had some positives here or there. The end of the district season was not necessarily positive for the Tigers. A 5-point loss to Centennial, a 13-point loss to Oregon Mountain, the 1-point loss that we're talking about here, and then losing to Las Cruces by 8 at home. They bounced back with a win against Gadsden. It wasn't pretty. It was, Gadsden had been beaten by 20-plus points in every other district game. It was about a 5 to 10-point game pretty much the whole way. And I'll say Gadsden probably played one of their best games of the season on their senior night. But it's still, for the Tigers, I going to maybe feel a little bit better about themselves coming out of that game. And, at the end of the day, you just kind of have to forget about it. It's a few days ago. You move forward, and you try to come out here and play your best basketball. You're going to need it over the next few days for sure. Not an easy road, but I will say a little bit of an easier road than other district tournaments. You only have to win 3 games. As a 5 seed in other district tournaments, it would be 4 games, and you'd be playing those 4 games in 5 days sometimes. So, ask Mescalero Apache boys who will have to win 4 games in 5 days in order to make the state playoffs. They won last night, and they'll play again tonight. And if they win again, they'll play again on Thursday and then Saturday. So, finishing 4th or 5th in districts is a much tougher road to go in the district tournament. And I will say that you look at the district tournaments around the state, they all have very different bracket setups. Some of this one kind of, is pretty basic in that the top 2 seeds get a bye, 3 through 6, play each other in the first round, and then you go from there. But some of the other ones are, like the 1 seed sometimes gets a bye all the way to the championship. Similar to conference tournaments in NCAA basketball, there's some wild ones out there. You're like, holy, it gives the advantage to the team that did the best in the regular season, which I have no problem with. But, there's definitely a lot to that for sure. And like I said, doesn't bother me. I think, you know what it is going into the season. So that's just how it goes. But, both these teams, I think they match up pretty well against each other. Both of them can shoot the ball well on good nights from the outside. And, they've got solid post play. In both the matchups, we've seen the 2 teams kind of, beat each other on rebounds. Just, again, depends on the flow of the game. Probably the biggest thing is, taking care of the basketball. And again, both these teams have struggles with that and, not, give up far too many turnovers and unforced turnovers. So at the end of the day, one of the bigger things in tournament situations like this is don't do things to beat yourself. Don't give up the easy turnovers. Don't, make the simple mistakes. You have to do the things that, you know how to do well and execute. And that seems really simple, but it most certainly is not. So, we'll see who's able to do that tonight. Nerves certainly can play a part as well. I'm sure there's some seniors on both sides that know this could be their final, not only high school basketball game, but probably their last competitive basketball game is a good chance of that. So you definitely have that in the back of your mind a little bit. You're a human being. It's hard not to have that creep in a little bit. So you want to play extra well. You want to have your best game of the season. And, for some guys that they excel in that spot, and some other guys, it can be, you're pressing a little bit and you're struggling a little bit with that. So we'll see who can step up to the moment tonight. And I think there's a number of different guys you can look at on both sides that can do that. I think for Alamogordo, the 2 guys offensively that have really paced the Tigers over the final 10 games or so of the season are Marcus Bryant Jr. and Jaden Hernandez. Jaden has certainly been that through a good portion of the season. Marcus has really turned into the Tigers' leading scorer over the last, I'd say, 5-6 games. Has looked really confident shooting the basketball, has played his best basketball down the stretch for the Tigers. I think the question is, who else can get in there? And, there's a number of different players to look at. A guy like Ethan Grinder, if he can really get in there on the offensive glass and, get some close opportunities, he can really be an offensive force at times for the Tigers. Antoine Herrera-Hamilton had some big buckets for the Tigers against Gadsden the other night. You go down the roster and you could, throw in a number of other players as well. I think William Bynum coming off the bench can be that guy for Alamo. Aaron Herrera, who I feel like I call out in a lot of games, I just think his energy on the floor is something that's tough to match sometimes for the other team. And, Julian Favela always has that chance of, stepping out there. And Bryson Bloom, you throw in, similar to Ethan Grinder, that, he can get into the right spots and get some buckets and get some confidence early. Certainly could make a difference in tonight's game. For the Trojans, Hector Gallegos has been tough to stop at times. Tyson Foster, the guy who hit the big shot to win the game a couple of weeks ago, Samuel Bayad. There's a number of different players here on this Mayfield team. Both teams kind of have that same makeup, that there's not one clear guy, one star player. There's a lot of different players that can really step up and have big plays and put up some points for them, for sure. All right, looks like we're about ready for the national anthem and starting lineups. So we'll take our last break. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. The Alamogordo Tigers and the Mayfield Trojans in the District 3-5-8 tournament. Stay with us. We'll be back with tip-off right after this.
I love my life. Always on the go. My life is mobile, and so is my credit union. With a mobile website that lets me pay bills, check my balance, even find the nearest ATM. All designed to fit my phone, my tablet, and my life.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today. OteroFCU.org. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, as the national anthem just finishing up, and the ROTC group here at Mayfield High School are retiring the colors. And we're just about ready for tonight's starting lineups as the Alamogordo Tigers and the Mayfield Trojans face off in this District 3-5-8 quarterfinal this evening. Alamogordo in their road blacks, white numerals, gold outlining. Alamogordo across the front. Meanwhile, for the Trojans, their home whites with hunter green outlined in yellow and Trojans in cursive across the front. The starters for the Mayfield Trojans, number 40, Samuel Byatt is a 6'1 junior. Number 5, Ruben Rivera is a 5'9 senior. Number 12, Hector Gallegos is a 6-foot sophomore. Number 23, Fernando Corona is a 6'1 sophomore. And number 24, Tyson Foster is a 5'9 senior. Meanwhile, for the Alamogordo Tigers tonight, they are going with number 15, Julian Favela, a 6'4 sophomore. Number 34, Bryson Bloom, a 6-foot sophomore. Antoine Herrera Hamilton, a 5'11 senior, wearing number 5. Number 24, Marcus Jordan Bryant Jr., a 6-foot senior. And Jaden Hernandez, number 3, a 5'11 freshman. Mayfield's turning out the lights and going through their pregame routine here. So Trujillo, his assistants are Curtis Flores, Josiah Herrera, Terrelyn Trujillo, Fernie Corona, and Terrence Mirabal. For the Tigers, head coach is Jeremy Nee. He is assisted by James Bowman, Colton Anderson, and Jonathan Lucero. Pretty decent crowd in the stands tonight. We've got definitely not full on one side or the other. Kind of a shame that Mayfield didn't bring their band for tonight. It usually adds a little bit to the atmosphere, but I don't know if there was any rules on that with it being a district tournament or not, so couldn't really tell you what the deal is with that. So, all right. Do want to mention some of the other district tournament stuff that's going on. Alamogordo girls lost last night, 62-33 to Oregon Mountain. So their season is finished up at 5-22. The Cloudcroft girls also lost their district tournament game last night as they lost to Capitan 44-30, I believe was the final. And Cloudcroft finishes up their season at 6-21, I believe is what they are to now. Mescalero Apache boys did win last night as they defeated Capitan 74-57, I believe was the final there. And so they are out to Lordsburg tonight. Again, a winner go home for them. Winner of that game will get Cloudcroft coming up on Thursday. The Tularosa girls were winners last night in Cloudcroft, taking on Ruidoso. That was a tiebreaker to determine the regular season District 4-3A champion. And so both the Tularosa boys and girls regular season district champs this year. And the Lady Cats will host the district tournament championship coming up on Friday. That will be against either Nimi or Ruidoso. Well, Dexter or Ruidoso or Nimi. Not sure if they played on, I imagine they played on Monday night, but I didn't see who won between Nimi and Dexter last night. So, but that game coming up on Friday. Tularosa boys will host their district championship on Saturday. Of course, Dexter, Nimi, Ruidoso, those will be the possible opponents that they could face there. And we mentioned the Cloudcroft boys. They're awaiting the winner of Lordsburg and Mescalero Apache. That game going on tonight out in Lordsburg. So that's what's going on with all of our high school hoops teams this week. We've got baseball starting this Saturday. We've got track and field for Alamogordo starting this Friday and Saturday. Alamogordo baseball beginning this Saturday. We've got tennis in Alamogordo this weekend. They're hosting a quad. And I think that's... Oh, and Thule track and field gets this weekend. They're going down to Gadsden. So we're kind of in that transition between the end of the winter sports season and the beginning of the spring sports season. All right, the starting lineups are finished for Mayfield. We already gave you those, and we're ready to go. It'll be Julian Favela to take the center tip. Tigers will go right to left here in the first half, and the Trojans will go from left to right. Trojans with their 5 starters in one final huddle before this one gets started. It'll be Corona to take the center tip against Favela. The officials look like they are ready to go. All 3 guys, at least pretty familiar to me. They've done a fair amount of Alamogordo games either this season or throughout the years, so nobody that is a different name or face, which I'm sure for both the players and the coaches is a positive thing. So. The official that's getting ready to tip. Take a second to put the whistle around his neck. And now is ready to tip, and Alamogordo wins it. So it'll be Jaden Hernandez that'll bring it into the front court for the Tigers and give it up to Julian Favela at the left wing. Julian works the top of the key, little pick and roll with him and Bryson Bloom. Antoine Herrera Hamilton works his way to the basket, high off the glass, and gets it to go. And the Tigers look like a drawn-up play coming out of the tip. Good passing and good finish. Tigers with some pressure in the backcourt. And Mayfield able to work it across. And as they did so, Antoine Herrera Hamilton caught, I don't know if it was an elbow or something, right in the stomach. As Hector Gallegos went up in the air and went to pass it, and kind of the follow-through just caught Antoine, looked like in the stomach. Nothing intentional, just some contact, and Antoine, who you can tell is, a little banged up. You watch him sometimes, and you can tell that he, at least when I see him out, it looks like he's in a little bit of pain. I don't know if he's just dealing with an injury or if it's just wear and tear or whatever, but Tigers will sub him out. Ethan Grinder will come into the game maybe a little bit earlier than the normal Tigers rotation, but and so Mayfield will inbounds with 7:28 to go here in the first quarter. Rivera will give it up to Foster between the circles to Corona. Left wing Rivera gets a screen from Bayad. Rivera stops top of the key. Gallegos will give it to Foster. Foster at the top of the key to Gallegos, right of the lane. Gets himself into the lane, goes back outside to Bayad. Now to the corner to Foster. Mayfield is very deliberate with the basketball. They'll take 30, 35 seconds off. Gallegos goes up with the runner, and the shot no good. And able to throw it off of, I thought Ethan was able to get to it and throw it off of the Mayfield player, but I guess not. Oh, no, he changed it, okay. Because he had pointed the other direction, but he changed back. Very good. That looked pretty clear from up here, but they are closer than I am. Hernandez top of the key with the basketball, hands it off to Marcus. He'll fire up a three, and he'll put it in. Marcus, who got off to a good start in the previous game between these two, and a very quick timeout from Coach Trujillo. I want to say the first game these two teams played in Alamogordo kind of had a similar situation. So a very quick 30-second timeout. We will take a break as well. The Tigers 5, the Trojans nothing. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Driving to the basket, getting in close, and able to get the runner over Marcus Bryant Jr. is Fernando Corona, and Mayfield gets on the scoreboard, down 5-2. 6:08 to go in the first. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Bloom's got the right wing, and he'll drive to the basket, get there, but couldn't finish, was sort of off balance as he went up with the shot. And here comes Gallegos. Gallegos gets in the lane, shot blocked by Favela, but Gallegos got it right back and was able to follow it up to the basket and finish. And so Mayfield with back-to-back buckets to make it a 5-4 difference. 5:45 to go in the first. Hernandez gives it up to Bloom. Top of the key he holds, gives it up to Jaden at the left wing. Jaden, dribble to his right, fires up the three. Shot no good. Rebound pulled in by Rivera for Mayfield, and he will bring it into the front court with Favela hanging with him. Bayad gets the ball right in the lane, hands it off to Foster. And now between the circles, it is Rivera. Rivera working his way right in the lane. Passes it off to Bayad, gets it to Gallegos along the baseline, and Gallegos gives Mayfield their first lead. 6-5 in front of the Tigers. Here is Favela working the baseline. Gets right of the lane, finds Hernandez. Hernandez in the lane, and he will try to power his way up through some defense from Corona. Shots no good, but he does draw the foul. So Jaden, chance at his first points of the night. And he will knock down the first free throw. One more for the Tiger freshman. Mayfield gets it in the front court out the miss from Hernandez. Right corner, Foster fires a three, and he puts it in. So it'll be Mayfield's leading 9-6. Alamogordo with the ball in the front court. Bloom had it deflected away, but he gets it back and then tried to get a pass to the right corner to Hernandez, but off the mark, and Mayfield gets it back. Here comes Mayfield up the floor, driving the lane. Gallegos had a shot blocked by Grinder, who's able to get to the loose ball. And here come the Tigers the other way. Top of the key and working left of the lane to the basket. Layup is good and one. Jaden Hernandez powers through the contact. And a chance at a three-point play to tie up this game, 9-9. And waiting for the free throw here, Aaron Herrera comes into the game. And Jaden makes. So we're tied up 9-9. There was pretty extensive conversation going on with Coach Trujillo and one of the officials. I'm not sure Coach Trujillo got the answer he wanted. Bayad's going to fire up a three. That's too strong. And Bryant gets the basketball, takes to the top of the key. Marcus will find Ethan Grinder underneath the basket, but can't finish on the lay-in. And here comes Mayfield. Gallegos with the ball out between the circles. Halfway point of this first quarter. And working it around to the left wing. Rivera's got it. Off a screen, Favela goes out to him. Gallegos drives baseline off the pass. Sends it to the right corner. Now top of the key, here's Corona. Finds Rivera left corner. Rivera is going to get fouled as he's working baseline. And it'll be an inbounds play for the Trojans. Subs for Mayfield. As Troy Mancias comes into the game, as does Gabriel Herrera, number 30 and number 14. Tigers with Hernandez, Grinder, Herrera, Favela, and Bryant. And Herrera is able to get a hand on the inbounds, deflects it out at the far sideline, and it'll stay at Mayfield possession. Ball out at the center circle, and then to the left wing. Corona's got it. Top of the key, it's Mancias. At the right wing now, it's Herrera. To the key, and the free throw line now to the right corner. Three on the way. Foster can't get it to go. The rebound, Favela is able to grab it, and Hernandez will now take it into the front court. Hernandez tried to squeeze a pass into Marcus Bryant Jr., but Gallegos will deflect it out of bounds, and it'll be Alamogordo possession. Tied up at 9, 3:19 to go in the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Sub for Mayfield, as they'll bring in Christian Covarrubia, and Foster will check out of the game. Inbounds baseline left. Herrera will find Bryant. Catch and shoot three for Marcus. That's too strong. To the corner grab, and the rebound is Covarrubia, and he'll give it up to Herrera. Now it's Gallegos. Gallegos top of the key, into the lane. Feeds a pass right of the lane to Covarrubia, and they kind of work it around, and eventually ends up back in Covarrubia's hands for a corner three. And Mayfield has knocked down a couple from the outside. They lead 12-9 with 2:53 to go in the first quarter. So it'll be Hernandez bringing it into the front court. Stops and gives it up to Favela at the left wing. Man-to-man defense for Mayfield. It's Herrera now out between the circles. Aaron will dribble there. Being pestered by Gallegos. Herrera will get it to Favela. Open from the left corner for three. Can't get it to go. Grinder got the rebound. Finds Bryant at the right wing. Now it's Hernandez who tries to drive from the top of the key. Ball is knocked out, and Mayfield will get the possession. Seemed like a lot of contact, but no foul called. Here is Gallegos working left of the lane. Tries to finish with the left hand. It's no good. Herrera's got the rebound. He brings it in the front court for the Tigers, and he'll give it up to Bryant out between the circles. Marcus, give it up to Jaden. Left wing extended. He now dribbles to the top of the key, all the way over to the right wing. Continues dribble there, tries to go inside Favela. Favela was double teamed, was able to get back the ball after it deflected. And then it gets, looks like, kicked out of bounds by Mayfield. And it'll stay on this side of the floor with the Tigers. 1:59 to go in the first. Mayfield 12, Alamogordo 9. William Bynum into the game for the first time. Marcus Bryant Jr. will get a rest. And Julian Benitez will also come in. It'll be for Julian Favela. So Benitez, Herrera, Grinder, Hernandez, and Bynum on the floor. Herrera to inbound the far sideline for the Tigers. Finds Bynum, right corner. Had maybe a second to get open for a three, but now they'll go inside to Grinder. Grinder, one dribble, then back outside as Hernandez has got it. Hernandez, top of the key, dribbles and then tried to get it inside. It was deflected right back to him, and then Grinder, because Salcido had played the pass, and it was just unlucky for him. He did a great job of stopping the injury, just went right back to Jaden, and Jaden gave it to Grinder, who went to the basket and gets the lay-in. He's also fouled and has a chance at a three-point play. First foul on Hector Gallegos. 13th foul on Mayfield. Grinder will rim out on the first. They're going to call a lane violation, it looks like, on Mayfield. And so Ethan will get another try here. Foster's going to come into the game. Gallegos will check out. So Grinder gets a reprieve on the miss. Been a solid free throw shooter this season. Going to be a lane violation easily there on Alamogordo as Aaron Herrera. that was as clear as possible that he jumped in the lane early. Mayfield ball in the backcourt. Tigers trail 12-11. Foster at the left wing goes right underneath the basket. Salcido Benitez blocks it, but it goes right to a Mayfield player. That's Herrera. Foster's going to get the ball left of the lane from the pass from Herrera. Foster's got 5 in the quarter. The Tigers trail by 3 again. It's 14-11. 1:19 to go in the first quarter. Hernandez across midcourt gives it to Herrera at the right wing. Grinder trying to set up in the post, mid-post on the right side, but they'll work it around to the left wing. It's Hernandez. Gives it up to Bynum at the top of the key. Gives it up to Benitez right corner. Benitez will go Herrera top of the key. And Coach Nee wanted the entry pass into the post, but Herrera off balance, working his way left of the lane. And now Coach Nee felt like Aaron was tripped up as he was going into the lane, and that was a foul. And he was out of control and ran into the player. So, yeah, I mean, I can certainly understand Coach Nee's perspective there. Here comes Mayfield into the front court. Foster all the way to the basket, but can't finish with the right hand. And the Tigers grab the rebound with 43 seconds remaining, down 14-11. Here's Hernandez, top of the key. Lost the dribble. Foster will get it into the front court. Right there to follow him is Grinder. And the layup is no good. A putback is no good. And then we've got a whistle and I think a foul on Mayfield. And they call an over the back on Bayad, so now you've got Coach Trujillo unhappy with the officials. Hey, it's going to be a close game tonight. You're going to get a lot of that. Herrera gets the ball in the right corner for the Tigers, gets a screen from Benitez, and gets bumped out at the right elbow by Herrera. And it'll be, I believe it'll be free throws here for the Tigers, so I think that's the 5th team foul. No? Wait a minute, they just added the foul to the Alamogordo side again. So it is 5. He keeps adding whoever's the scoreboard person is continues to add the fouls to the Alamogordo side. Alamo, I think, only has 3 team fouls. No, it's 2 as a matter of fact. Okay. So the officials are checking with the scorebook now. So it'll be 2 free throws here for Herrera. "17 seconds left to go in the first on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Tigers down by 3. Tigers sophomore holds the ball in his left hand, takes a deep breath, and Shoots with the right, but he shorts it off the front of the rim, and he'll have one more. Subfield. As checking out of the game is number 14, Gabriel Herrera, to bring Ruben Rivera back in. Tigers with Benitez, Herrera, and Bynum, Hernandez, and Grinder. And the second free throw is good for Aaron. 14-12. Tigers with some pressure in the backcourt. Foster to Covarrubia, up into the front court. Here's Rivera. Right of the lane, goes with the floater. Shot no good. Herrera with the rebound. 7 seconds left. Herrera pushing into the front court. Herrera, 4 seconds, getting all the way to the basket. Goes up with a shot attempt. And he was kind of out of control there as he tried to go up with it. But it was good work by Aaron to at least get to that spot. Just when he got to the basket, didn't necessarily have much of a shot to go with. And so we're done with one. 14-12, it is Mayfield in front on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we'll return to Las Cruces after this break on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
I support our community, so I shop locally and work with other area businesses whenever I can. My credit union does too, so I became a member there. My credit union offers online bill pay, mobile banking, and e-statements. I get first-name friendly service along with faster, smarter banking. That's an unbeatable combination.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Mayfield with the basketball to begin the quarter, and they are going to I thought they were going to turn it over, but the officials were unsure if there was a deflection that knocked the ball out of bounds. They say yes, and Mayfield keeps it. Ball at the left wing, Corona's got it, gives it up to Foster. Tigers man-to-man defense. And working into the lane and going up with the shot attempt. But I think they're going to say this before the foul. Josh Reynolds, who just checked into the game, is going to be called for the foul. Mayfield inbound baseline right. Rivera gets to Foster in the corner, who's left open for three. Rattles it out. Bayad grabs the rebound, and his shot attempt putback is there. He's fouled, and a chance at a three-point play for Sam Bayad. (16-12) now Mayfield, 7:29 to go in the second. And the ball will go out of bounds on the free throw attempt. And so it'll be a 4-point lead for Mayfield as the Tigers get their first offensive set of the second quarter. Ball at the right wing, it's Herrera. Gives it up to Benitez, top of the key. Into the free throw lane and almost losing it, now losing it. Now it's a scramble for the basketball in the backcourt. And they'll call a pushing foul on Corona as him and Bynum were battling for the possession. Bynum was going to get there first. And so that's the second foul on Corona. Tigers will sub out Julian Benitez, Marcus Bryant Jr. back in. Antoine Herrera-Hamilton has also returned to the game. Hernandez gives it to Bynum at the right wing. Now between the circles, Hernandez gives it up to Bryant. Marcus, left wing extended. Dribbles now between the circles, gives it up to Hernandez. Hernandez gets it out to Reynolds in the corner. Finds Bryant. Bryant will get a screen from Reynolds. And then at the free throw line, he's cut off. Finds Hernandez. Hernandez working left of the lane. Little turnaround jump shot, got the very kind glass and iron. Went off the right side of the rim, high off the glass, and then went in. So now 6 points for Jaden, and the Tigers trail 16-14. Rivera, top of the key, gives it up to Gallegos, the right wing. Now finds Bayad, back to Gallegos. Gallegos, spin move into the lane. Reynolds looked around like, well, I didn't commit a foul there. Pretty blatant foul. He kind of bear hugged him a little bit as he went up with the shot attempt. So Josh picks up his second personal, and Gallegos to the line to shoot 2. And he's going to miss on the first. Second free throw misses as well. Bynum will clear the rebound. Tigers down by 2 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Fernandez with the basketball, looks back to Coach Nee, and now dribbles out to the top of the key. Left wing gives it up to Bynum. Reynolds top of the key. Will give it out to Hernandez in the left corner, and Jaden traveled. Jaden caught it and did a little hop step to his right, and honestly, there's been a few other plays I've been surprised Alamo hasn't been called for a traveling violation, kind of similar, usually on the reception of the pass. Rivera to the top of the key, trying to work off a screen, and Bynum with a really nice pick of the pocket. Couldn't pick up the ball cleanly, but does bring it into the front court. Bynum will find Bloom. Bloom could not finish in close, though. And now battling for the basketball, Herrera is able to get to it. Antoine will give it up to Marcus. Left elbow jump shot. Can't get it to go. Bryson able to get to the rebound, go up with the shot attempt. He's fouled. Good hard work on that possession by the Tigers. I think they'll be frustrated they didn't make one of those shots. Bryson had a point-blank opportunity the first time, but good hustle by Antoine to get to it. Marcus had a shot that he's pretty good at, that elbow jump shot from about 15 feet out, or 18 feet out, I should say. And then even the one in close there from Bryson the second go-around, but Bryson then able to make the free throw. And subs for Mayfield, we see Caden Tapia in for the first time. And back in the game is Mancias. Bryson can't make the free throw, but Herrera Hamilton grabs the rebound. Finds Bynum left wide open for 3. Top of the key. He can't get it to go. Bloom, though, right there for the rebound. And the Tigers will bring it back outside with Hernandez. Now it's Bryant with it. Bryant right of the lane, fires with the jump shot. Tigers just can't buy a bucket right now. They've had 4 or 5 pretty good opportunities. Herrera Hamilton's going to foul Foster as he's coming up the floor. Is that really already for the 4th team foul for Alamogordo? Yeah, Reynolds has 2. Huh. And maybe Herrera, I think, on that offensive. So Mayfield's in the bonus the rest of the half as we cross the 5-minute barrier. That could be a little frustrating for the Tigers here. Mancias getting into the lane, passing it back out. Rivera's got it at the left wing. Finds Bayad. Bayad, top of the key. Now Rivera drives. A little double clutch, but couldn't finish, and the Tigers work it ahead on the outlet. Here's Hernandez to the basket. Layup attempt no good. Deflection out of bounds off the rebound, and there's another, not an easy shot, but certainly in close. And the Tigers going cold from the field. Neither team really lighting up the board in the quarter. Tigers have 2. Mayfield has 2. So after a pretty good offensive first quarter, this has not been it for sure. At the right wing for Mayfield, it's Gabriel Herrera. Tapia's got it in the corner, back to Herrera. And they work it all the way around to the left wing to Bayad. Tapia's got it, had the ball deflected out of bounds by Herrera Hamilton. And it'll be an inbounds, like on the baseline in the corner. And I think it'll be on the sideline. But right in the corner, not an easy place to inbounds if you're Mayfield. And inbounds goes to Foster. Foster all the way to the basket. Shot blocked out of bounds by Favela. And Mayfield will keep a possession. Baseline right to inbounds. Driving from the corner, getting the basket and laying it in is Mancias. So here come the Tigers in the front court, down by 4, 18-14, 4 minutes to go in the second. Out at the midcourt line, it's Hernandez. He will get right in the lane and have the ball knocked out. And getting to the possession is Herrera. And Herrera trying to get up the floor. Will have it go off the leg of Herrera Hamilton out of bounds, and the Tigers will inbound, or I should say the Trojans, at the far sideline. So it is Bryant, Herrera Hamilton, Bynum, Bloom, and Favela on the floor for the Tigers. 3:30 remaining in the second. Mayfield's led pretty much the whole way. Tigers jumped out to a 5-0 lead, but nobody has, I think, got to be a lead any bigger than that in this game. Now between the circles with it, it's Herrera. Or I should say Foster with it, the left wing. And they work it around to the right wing. Right corner now, Tapia's got it. Gives it up to Herrera. Mancias has got it left wing. Mancias showed like he was going to drive, but stayed on the perimeter. Now gives it to Bayad. Bayad working left of the lane, goes up with the shot attempt. And they'll call the foul on Favela, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Bayad. As I said, Mayfield, with 5 minutes to go, was in the bonus the remainder. This is the first free throws they've shot. Second on Favela. And Bayad will make on the first. Ethan Grinder will come into the game, and it will be for Bryson Bloom. 19-14 Mayfield. 3:05 remaining in the second. And Bayad's second free throw is good as well. He's got 4. And the Tigers trail by 6, 20-14. Tigers have gone a large portion of this quarter with no points. Herrera Hamilton with the basketball at the free throw line, gives it up to Bryant. Now it's Favela. Favela working left to the lane, gets to the basket. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Favela. And Coach Nee not happy with the charge call. I thought Favela was working left of the lane and the player got there. Man, it was close. Well, always the toughest call and always the one that'll frustrate coaches. Ball out at the top of the key. It's Mancias. And now over to the baseline Bayad. And a traveling violation going to be called on Mancias. So it'll be far sideline inbounds for Bynum. And he'll give it to Bryant, right back to Bynum. They go to Bloom, who has the ball stolen away by Mancias. Mancias, though, couldn't hold on to it as he was coming up the floor. And as Bynum was dribbling towards the free throw line, he gets fouled. I believe that was Herrera. And the Tigers will inbound baseline left. They'll go all the way out top to Bloom. Bryant's got it. The left wing gives it up to Bynum, top of the circle. And now to Bloom. And Mancias basically had a hold of Bloom's arm and knocked it away. And Mayfield gets going the other direction. Mancias, top of the key 3 is no good. Herrera Hamilton with the basketball. Good bounce pass to Bryant. Bryant tried to feed to the middle lane to Grinder. And Grinder saw that one deflected out of bounds in front of him. And it'll be baseline left inbounds for Alamogordo. Still a 20-14 game. Trojans have outscored the Tigers 8-2 in the quarter. And the inbounds deflected, but right to Bryant, right wing 3. That's no good. And Foster's got the rebound. Foster going for the basketball, absolutely clobbers Bynum. And he will go out of the game. And it'll be Hernandez. Both players were going for the loose ball, but I guess what I would say is one player was standing still and the other one was and we've got one of the officials going over to the Mayfield sideline. Talking with one of the assistant coaches. And I'm not really sure what was going on. He was pointing towards the baseline, over towards, like where the Mayfield trainers are. I don't know what exactly that was about, but it was something about, when the official kind of does the count with his hand outwards, that was the motion that he was making, and nothing stood out from up here, but Bayad going to have the ball deflected away as he brings it towards the basket. Tigers get it back. Hernandez will give it up to Bryant. Bryant, the left elbow, fires up the jump shot. It's no good. Foul going to be called on Salcido. And Bryant will go to the free throw line, see if the Tigers can get some offense going from there. However, it's not been a particularly great free throw night, shooting night for the Tigers. They are, they've made 3, and they've, 3 of 6. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, 3 of 8. And make it 3 of 9. 1:13 to go in the second quarter. It's Mayfield 20, Alamogordo 14. The Tigers really haven't had the shooting woes for a number of games. There were certainly times throughout the season where it was a struggle to get to 40, but in recent weeks that has not been the case. So Marcus misses on both, and the Tigers still with just the 2 points in the quarter. The positive for them, obviously, is that Mayfield has only scored 8. Here's Rivera getting into the lane, feeding Bayad. Bayad to the basket and lays it up and in. Tigers just kind of looked out of sorts defensively on that. We're out of position. 53 seconds remaining. Tigers just need a positive offensive possession here before the half. They're going to go into the half trailing. Here is Hernandez, who gets tied up as he's driving to the basket by Gabriel Herrera. Possession arrow does keep it on this side with Alamogordo with 43 seconds remaining. And it'll be Benitez to inbound for Alamogordo. Goes all the way out top to Hernandez. Jaden with the basketball. Out near midcourt, picked up his dribble, tried to get it to Grinder, but the pass was a little bit right to Covarrubia. Covarrubia now working into the lane. Feeds it out to Bayad, spin move towards the basket, finishes. Sam Bayad having a heck of a quarter. He's got 8 of his team's 10, and has got his team up in front by 10 now, 24-14, with 18 seconds remaining in the second. Tigers struggling on the offensive end. Free throw line jump shot from Hernandez is good, but it'll still leave 7 seconds or so here for Mayfield. Ball into the front court to Foster. Foster right down the lane. Nobody picks him up, but he can't finish on the lay-in. And the Tigers will at least get a bucket before the half. They avoid giving up what really was kind of a gimme there for Foster. He dribbled basically from the half-court line on the far sideline all the way to the basket with nobody really picking him up. And so the Tigers down by 8 going into the half, 24-16 on the Rich Samotor scoreboard. We will return to Mayfield High School after this break, and we'll return with the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today. OteroFCU.org. All other subject to credit approval, other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
When life is in full swing, First National mobile banking app provides a useful solution to help you manage your finances. Check your balance, pay bills, or deposit a check. Banking on the go, anytime, anywhere. This is Susie with First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
I love my life. Always on the go. My life is mobile, and so is my credit union. With a mobile website that lets me pay bills, check my balance, even find the nearest ATM. All designed to fit my phone, my tablet, and my life.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Welcome back to Mayfield High School. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, and on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Mayfield 24, Alamogordo 16. The big difference, just a poor shooting second quarter there for the Tigers, and only 4 points. I'll be honest, they should feel fortunate to only be down by 8. Mayfield really didn't do much to take advantage of the Tigers' poor shooting in that quarter, so I don't think that will continue throughout the game for the Tigers. They are certainly a much better offensive team than what we saw there, but it's like I said, it's been a while since we've seen the Tigers, struggle like that. They certainly had their share of turnovers, and played pretty well defensively through a majority of the quarter. Kind of as we got towards the end there, Mayfield was getting some open looks. Their motion, their ball movement was starting to lead to some open looks for their team, but just bad shooting for the Tigers. Simple as that. They've had layup opportunities and not being able to finish. Pretty good open jump shot opportunities. Getting out on the fast break and not being able to finish. And some of that credit Mayfield. They've gotten back good in transition defense and have forced the ball go out of bounds here or there. But a lot of it is again, you're the Tigers. Talked about it going into the game, not beating yourself and not being able to finish on shots that. You'll certainly say, I should make that. It's right there. It's close. I'm good enough to make that shot. But, now you get to the point where now you got to get the stops in the defensive end along with starting to see the offense click on a little bit for the Tigers. First quarter wasn't bad. Second quarter was rough, and Mayfield right there at the end started to put some distance between themselves and the Tigers. But, like I said, if you're Alamo and you only score 4 points in the quarter and you're still only down by 8, I would certainly not be okay with the situation, but feeling like, okay, they didn't put us away. Let's make them pay and come out and play strong to begin the second half. Certainly got to be the mindset. As we talked about plenty in the pregame, win or go home for these two teams. They need to win the district tournament to make the state playoffs this year. Oregon Mountain awaits them on Thursday, whoever can come out of here with the victory. So So far in this series, Alamo has led the majority of these games and kind of had control of these games against Mayfield. This is the first one that we've kind of seen that Mayfield has had the control of the game. Whether it was back at the Poe Corn tournament, the game in Alamogordo, the first game here in Mayfield, this is kind of the first time that Mayfield's been the team that has, and I think the way they play offensively, that really is into their hands because they're deliberate with the basketball. They will take 30 to 45 seconds, and they're always passing. I mean, it's not like they're just standing there drawing clock. They're moving the ball around and waiting for the right opportunity and the right shot. So, we'll see if the Tigers can get the stops when they need to, and possessions may be a little limited. All right, let's go ahead and take that break. We'll return. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Mayfield leading 24-16. We'll come back to Mayfield High School right after this.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today, oterofcu.org. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. The Alamogordo Tigers trailing 24-16 to the Mayfield Trojans. And both teams are ready to go for half number 2. Tigers in their road blacks, white numerals, gold outlining, Alamogordo across the front. Mayfield in their home whites with forest green numerals and lettering, gold outlining, Trojans in cursive across the front. And so it'll be Mayfield to inbound at the far sideline. The Tigers will defend. Mayfield right to left in this second half. And Mayfield, or I should say Alamogordo, will go left to right. Bryant, Favela, Bloom, Herrera, Hamilton, and Hernandez for the Tigers. And Mayfield's with Rivera, Corona, Gallegos, Foster, and Bayad. Bayad, good feed. And similar to Alamogordo, had a nice play coming out of the tip. Mayfield with the solid play there as Corona got lost in the mix and passed from the left corner to the right of the lane, and Mayfield's lead is 26-16. Bryant at the right wing, pump fakes, now works his way to the basket, gets all the way there. Foster's going to get called for the foul, and Marcus will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jaden Hernandez with 8 points to lead Alamogordo in that first half. And then Marcus with 3. And Marcus able to make on the first. 26-17. One more for the Tiger senior. And Marcus will make both. 5 points for Bryant, and the Tigers trail by 8. Tigers a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. But Gallegos able to pass it to Corona, who takes it all the way to the baseline in the left corner. Finds Bayad. Bayad's bounce pass to Rivera, right wing extended. He'll backpedal out near the midcourt line. Guarded by Favela. Gives it up to Bloom. Or, I'm sorry, to Foster, and some really nice passing again by Mayfield. Foster gave it up to Gallegos, and then Gallegos with the bounce pass right back, or say Foster with the bounce pass right to Gallegos. Check that. Foster to Gallegos, Gallegos back to Foster, and Foster finishes. And Foster with the lane. Didn't seem like there was a whole lot of contact there on the foul. I mean, he kind of had his hand on his shoulders. He was going up with it, but nothing that really changed the shot attempts. But Mayfield coming out of the half with some really nice offensive sets. As Hernandez gives it up to Bryant, top of the key. Finds Herrera Hamilton in the right corner. Antoine gets it to Bloom, then back to Herrera Hamilton. He will pass it to Favela at the left wing. Julian off a screen, gets to the free throw line. The jump shot's no good. Rebound out of bounds, last off of Mayfield. And Alamogordo will keep possession, down by 11. 6:30 remaining in the third quarter. And it'll be Favela to inbounds. Get it to Bryant, who got open. Can he knock down the three? Cannot. And securing the rebound, Rivera. We've got a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this end with Alamogordo. So it'll be Favela to inbounds again. And the inbounds to Herrera Hamilton. Out near the center circle, he'll hand it off to Bryant. Bryant gets to the top of the key. Now Favela at the right wing. Favela stops the free throw line, gives it up to Bryant. 6:13 remaining. Gives it up to Bloom, top of the key. Bloom was working right in the lane and thought Favela was going out to the right corner, and he did not, and the Tigers turn it over, and Mayfield quickly inbounds it. Bayad right to the rim and lays it up and in as the Tigers were caught unaware that the ball was in play, and that led to an easy bucket. Bryant dribbling in from the left wing, fires up the jump shot and gets it to go. And a stoppage as the netting went up through the rim. They fix that. Mayfield will sub in. Foster checks out. Mancias comes in. Bloom comes out of the game. And Herrera comes in. And that is for, yes, Herrera Hamilton stays on. Ball out near midcourt. Rivera is going to go out, basically going out of bounds, throws it off of Favela, but it stays in bounds, and then Hernandez, trying to drive to the basket, is going to lose the possession. I guess it went off his knee out of bounds. The official at the baseline was initially giving it to Alamogordo. The one on the far sideline said that it went off his knee. I couldn't tell from up here. I was shielded. And so was the baseline official. The guy on the far sideline is the one that should have had that call. 5:20 remaining in the third. Tigers down by 11. And Mayfield's going to spread it out here, so they're going to try to draw a clock. Here is Gallegos all the way to the basket, high up the glass, no good. And then Bryant had the rebound but lost it as Corona took it away from him. And the Tigers trail 33-20. Herrera with the ball, getting into the lane, and the ball knocked away by Gallegos. Corona then trying to feed it into the front court to Mancias. Threw it too far, and Alamogordo will get it back. And kind of a turning point in this game. Mayfield has come out the better shooting team in the second half. They've extended their lead to 13. The Tigers cannot let this get much further away from them. Bynum at the top of the key with it. Bynum working left of the lane. Goes up with a shot over Bayad. That was not easy for Bynum. Bayad played that defensively really well, and Bynum was able to get it to go. Here's Mancias into the lane. Feeds it out Rivera, and then back out to Corona. And the Tigers are going to have to play close man-to-man defense here, and Mayfield makes a mistake. As Corona was trying to drive on Bryant, passed it to his right, and Rivera kind of stood flat-footed, didn't go to the basketball, and it goes out of bounds. So the Tigers, that was an unforced turnover for Mayfield, and Alamo needs to pay it off here and get a bucket on this end. Down by 11, 4:15 to go in the third. Fernandez almost lost it, finds Favela right corner, fire up a three, it's no good, and Bayad grabs the rebound. Rivera got his hands on the basketball, but Bayad was able to keep it away from him. Now it's Gallegos. Gallegos getting to the basket, lost his footing, and the Tigers will grab the rebound off the miss. Fernandez tried to feed a bounce pass to Bryant. There was not much room there, and it's turned over. Here comes Foster into the front court. Rivera looking to drive, works his way into the lane, finds Foster. Foster gets cut off. Now it's Rivera in the corner. And then a left wing three is no good from Bayad. And Alamogordo grabs the rebound. Here's Bynum, top of the key with the basketball, working left of the lane. Feeds it to Herrera. Herrera going up with the shot is blocked by Gallegos. And a lot happened in there on that sequence. It was back and forth and wasn't necessarily pretty on either side, but nobody came up with any points. It's still an 11-point game, 33-22. Favela gets the inbounds, works his way inside, and draws the foul on Gallegos. Mayfield wanted a travel. The Mayfield coach Trujillo making the motion of a travel by Favela. But that call goes Alamogordo's way, and Julian will try to make this an 8-point difference. And will do so. Rattles home the free throw. And timeout called by Coach Nee, and it's a full timeout. So the Tigers with a couple of buckets in a row here and find themselves down by just 8 now, 33-25 here in the third quarter on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. And we will return here to Las Cruces right after this.
I support our community, so I shop locally and work with other area businesses whenever I can. My credit union does too, so I became a member there. My credit union offers online bill pay, mobile banking, and e-statements. I get first-name friendly service along with faster, smarter banking. That's an unbeatable combination.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Mayfield with the basketball with 3:08 to go in the third. 33-25, they lead on the Richland Motor scoreboard. Going up with the kind of push shot from the left elbow, no good from Covarubia. And then Mancias loses the basketball. Tigers go all the way the other direction. Offensive foul going to be called as Aaron Herrera goes up for the shot attempt and bowls over the Mayfield player. And so it'll be 2:52 to go in the third. Can't tell if Coach Nee frustrated that Alamo didn't get the foul call there, or that maybe they shouldn't have taken the shot there. Should have, pull up and take the jump shot instead of trying to get to the basket. Mayfield with the possession, and at the left wing with it, Herrera finds Foster. Corner three on the way is no good. Rebound, though, grabbed by Corona. Corona in the corner will get it outside to Covarubia, and they work it around the perimeter. Foster with the basketball. Foster out near midcourt now with Bryant on him. Foster has the ball knocked away. Bryant was able to get to it, and now Marcus tried to call timeout as he was sliding out of bounds, but the official did not give it to him. And so good hustle there from Marcus, but couldn't save it. Inbounds from Corona to Gabriel Herrera, guarded by Bynum. Takes it all the way to the left wing. Now to Mancias. And Mancias, I believe, went out of bounds at the near sideline, and it's Alamogordo basketball. I didn't think he was that close to the line, but either his foot was there or he dribbled it out of it. Couldn't tell him. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Tigers down by 8. Bryant's got the ball and trying to post up. Right in the lane, had the ball deflected away. And here comes Mayfield. Mayfield, kind of a delayed fast break. Offensive foul going to be called as Herrera gets in there and draws the charge on Herrera. So Aaron for Alamogordo draws the charge on Gabriel Herrera. We got Antoine Herrera Hamilton coming back into the game for Marcus Bryant Jr. Julian Favela checks out as Julian Benitez comes into the game. Guys are keeping me on their toes with all the similar first and last names. 1:43 to go here in the third. Hernandez with the basketball. The Tigers down by 8. Herrera Hamilton at the left wing with it. Antoine dribbles to the right wing. And they wanted to travel, did Mayfield. I don't think he took the extra step. He pinned it on his leg, and then that was kind of interesting. Herrera Hamilton at the right wing. Bynum was showing in the middle of the lane wide open. And unfortunately for Alamo, the pass was a little bit to the right of Bynum and went out of bounds. Maybe just rushed the pass a little bit. Mayfield able to get in the front court. Here's Rivera. Rivera had the ball poked away by Herrera Hamilton, but they'll call a foul, and it'll be an inbounds for Mayfield with 1:16 to go in the third. Now, I think if you're Alamo, that you wanted to make some inroads in the quarter, but considering Mayfield pushed the lead out to 13, if you can have it at 8 going to the fourth quarter, that's certainly very doable. Rivera will inbound to Corona, who's got the left wing. And then Herrera Hamilton going to get called for another foul. And it'll be baseline left to inbounds. So Antoine picks up 2 fouls in a matter of about 4 or 5 seconds there. And here's the inbounds. Bynum going to steal it away. Tapia was trying to post up and didn't know there was somebody behind him. And as Bynum tried to go up with a shot, Corona was able to knock the ball out of his hands out of bounds. Alamogordo will keep possession. Baseline right to inbound for Alamo. It'll be Aaron Herrera to put it in with 1:08 to go in the third. Tigers have had a number of opportunities to cut down this deficit. Probably 3 or 4 possessions here, but haven't been able to make anything happen. That's interesting. Antoine Herrera Hamilton was relacing his shoe and took all the time to do that, and then he got subbed out for it. Hernandez with the ball in the right corner, right wing now. Blooms into the game for Herrera Hamilton. Hernandez, right wing 3, that's no good. Herrera, though, is going to tip the rebound to Benitez. Benitez up at the shot attempt, had it knocked away, and Foster with the rebound finds Corona, and a wonderful pass from Corona to Covarubia, and he lays it up and in. Really well-run fast break there for Mayfield. And the Tigers are down by 10, 35-25. 41 seconds to go in the third. Bynum with the basketball, top of the key. Tried to get it to Bloom. It'll go out of bounds. Tapia got his hand on it. And near sideline inbounds for Herrera. Gives it up to Hernandez. And he will drive right of the lane. Goes up. They'll call a foul prior to a shot attempt. And call that on Rivera. That is the fourth team foul. Herrera will get the inbounds all the way out top to Bynum. 30 seconds remaining in the third. Bynum looking to drive on Foster and gets the positioning, goes up with the shot and finishes. Again, a really nice, strong finish there from Bynum. He doesn't have the biggest body or stature, but he uses his positioning really well. And I think as he gets older and grows, that's going to be a big-time weapon of his. I remember both him and Jaden are just freshmen. And they've been such a crucial part of this team. Foster with a right corner three. It's no good. The rebound, Tapia gets to it. Tapia's put back. That's no good. And the clock runs out. And, yeah, again, the Tigers down by 8. Certainly could be worse as Mayfield pushed it out to 13. But Alamo with some work to do in the final frame. 35-27 as we go to the fourth on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today. OteroFCU.org. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Tigers down 35-27 to begin the fourth quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Mayfield with the basketball, working it on the outside. Foster goes out to the right corner. Covarrubia gives it up to Rivera. Rivera working right of the lane. Cut off by both Bynum and Benitez. Now pass to Foster. Foster out in the right corner. And out near the midcourt line now, it's Corona who handles. Guarded by Bryant. 7:23 to go. Foster will get the ball at the far sideline, give it up to Gallegos. And now left wing, Rivera to Foster. And Mayfield in no big rush here. They get the ball to Covarrubia in the lane. He'll go back outside to Gallegos. Gallegos is going to double dribble. And Mayfield took 54 seconds off the clock there, but actually didn't put up a shot. So to be Alamogordo into the front court, down by 8. Hernandez stops at the top of the key. Thought he was going to shoot, but passes. Gives it up to Bryant. Free throw line jump shot. That's off the mark. And the rebound grab by Gallegos. Gallegos up ahead. Finds Covarrubia. Covarrubia lost the basketball and then got to it. Kind of slid on the floor. Surprised they didn't call it travel. Foster corner three is no good. And the rebound grabbed by Corona. And Corona gets the lay-in. Corona kind of threw a shoulder into Marcus as they were fighting for the rebound and getting to the basket. Foul going to be called as Bynum goes up with the shot attempt. And I believe it's going to be on Foster. And 2 free throws for Bynum. William, 4 points for the Tigers in the quarter. First trip to the free throw line, and he rattles home the first. 37-28. And he makes both. 6 points for the Tiger freshman. He has 6. Hernandez with 8. 37-29, but this is the side of the floor the Tigers need to make the plays now as they need stops. Foster at the right wing. Top of the key, Rivera, who will give it up to Corona. Corona is going to travel. He kind of hesitated to get the ball out to the left corner. Well, that was interesting. The scorer's table buzzed for a sub, but Mayfield didn't have the player to the scorer's table, and the Tigers had already inbounded it. Huh. All right, Tigers with it. Bynum at the top of the key, and he's going to fire up the jump shot, and he's going to get the kind iron off the front of the rim and in. They're letting William go ISO there at the top and let him try to make a play. And so far in this second half, he has. As him and Jaden Hernandez leading the way with 8 points each, and that's a 6-point difference. 37-31. Marcus Bryant Jr. with 7. I said this team has got a ton of potential regardless of what happens this week or tonight or whatever. You know, with William and Jaden, sophomores like Aaron Herrera and Julian Favela, Bryson Bloom, Ethan Grinder. You know, they've got, you know, this is not a particularly senior-heavy team this year. But none of these guys want this season to be over yet. And they're certainly fighting like it down the stretch. Down by 6, Tigers have trailed pretty much the whole game. Jumped out to a 5-0 lead, and I think from, you know, Mayfield jumped ahead 6-5. They haven't trailed from that part of the game. Probably 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rivera at the left wing. And they find Bayad. Bayad working left of the lane, cut off by Bryant, but he finds Rivera, who's cutting in from the top of the key. Tigers lose track of him, and his first bucket of the game puts Mayfield up by 8. 5:30 to go in the fourth. Still a lot of time left in this game. Bynum with the hot hand. Left wing 3, though, no good. And Hernandez able to grab the rebound at the right wing. Jaden looking to drive. He's going to weave his way around defenders. Gallegos tried to step in there and draw the charge. Hernandez just slid to the left of that and lays it up and in. So back down to a 6-point difference. Hernandez in the double figures with 10. The ball at the right wing. Gallegos will drive down the lane, goes up with a shot, and they'll count the bucket. And so it's an 8-point difference. That was weird. There was kind of a pause here. It seemed like we weren't getting a call, and I was a little confused. It was what I saw, not actually what the call was, but both coaches have been working the officials pretty hard in this game, 2 of them in particular. I think Coach Nee frustrated that was ended up being a 3-point play. That's one that I think has been kind of at Coach Nee this year because the Tigers have had the bad end of that. Over the left corner, Bynum. At the left wing, it's Bryant. Bryant, spin move, left the lane, goes up with the shot attempt. Foul called. And I guess the question was that in the act of shooting. And it will be 2 free throws. I'll say one of the officials is very, his descriptions of the call, I can't hear it from up here, unfortunately, but it seems like he's giving extra explanation of what exactly the foul call is. Marcus going to miss the free throw, though. He's got one more. By the way, be clear, I don't think the officials have done a bad job tonight. I mean, I'm certainly there's some calls that could have gone either way, but I mean, nothing that I've set up here and gone, boy, that's not good. You know, I think they've been fine tonight. Certainly some, but I mean, it's the calls that you expect in any game. You know, a block charge that goes your way or doesn't go your way, a travel, you know, that's every game. 42-34, the Tigers trail. 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Bayad into the front court. Bayad triple teamed and lost the basketball for a second, and then got it back and then lost it again. Here's Favela to the basket, goes up with the shot. I thought he was going to get that to go. He just kind of tossed it up, and it just went off the rim and out. And so Favela will shoot 2. 3 points for Julian tonight, and 1 of 1 at the line. Still a lot of time left in this game. 4:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Julian gonna make on the first. Checking out of the game is Corona. Back in is Gabriel Herrera. Julian misses on the second, and the rebound was knocked around and eventually ends up in Bayad's hands. Gives it to Rivera, back to Bayad, who gets it in the front court, and then Herrera comes from behind and steals it away. Tigers will come the other direction. Don't have numbers here. Bynum trying to pick between traffic, and then Herrera Hamilton going to reach on Herrera. And that was one, if you're the Tigers, you kind of curl back out and let the rest of the team catch up. Bynum got himself in between 2 or 3 Mayfield jerseys and lost the possession. And then Herrera Hamilton, who's come up with a couple of steals in the last few possessions for Alamo, picks up his 4th foul. Tigers down by 7, 42-35, 4:11 to go in the game. Gallegos to Bayad. Holds left wing extended. Bayad will find Foster out of the center circle. Right wing extended, it's Gallegos. Everything very spread out here, man-to-man defense. Gallegos into the lane, blows past the Tiger defender, and lays it up and in. 44-35. Hernandez will find Herrera. Right wing 3 on the way, no good. Rebound grabbed by Gabriel Herrera. Then he tries to push it up the floor to Bayad. Ball was deflected. Bayad gets to it. Foster finds Gallegos. Gallegos in the lane. Goes up with a shot high off the glass and good. That was not easy. And Mayfield all of a sudden find themselves up by 11. Tigers have cut it down to 6. 3:26 remaining. Here's a 3 from Hernandez. Top of the key, no good. Rebound is Foster getting to it. And Mayfield coming the other way. And the Tigers' offensive woes in this game catching up with them. Bayad at the left wing is going to travel with it. And the Tigers will get a gift there. But Alamo running out of time, and they need the shots to fall. 3:14 to go in the fourth, down by 11. Corona coming back into the game for Mayfield. Bayad will check out. So the inbounds goes to Bynum as we get near the 3-minute mark. Can the Tigers reverse the script here? Last time here, well, not going to do it that way. As Bryant was trying to give it to Hernandez, and he just rocketed a pass into traffic, and it ended up touching nobody and going out of bounds, strangely enough. Here comes Corona into the front court, has the ball deflected away by Hernandez. Favela's got it. Favela will give it up to Bryant. Bryant, good feet underneath to Herrera, and Herrera on the reverse lays it up and in. 9-point game, 46-37. 2:40 remaining. And Rivera's going to get the ball near midcourt, bring it across the timeline. Rivera going to be fouled on the floor by Aaron Herrera. And it'll be baseline left inbounds. Herrera Hamilton comes in for Bynum. And Mayfield wants a timeout. Full timeout on the floor with 2:33 remaining in the game. 46-37. Mayfield in front. They're hoping to stamp a date for Thursday against the regular season district champ, Oregon Mountain. Tigers hoping for a big comeback here in the closing minutes. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When life is in full swing, First National mobile banking app provides a useful solution to help you manage your finances. Check your balance, pay bills, or deposit a check. Banking on the go, anytime, anywhere. This is Susie with First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Card Suite Life provides 24/7 control right at your fingertips. This is AJ with First National Bank. Fraud prevention is priceless. Safeguard your card. Download the free app for a simple, secure way to manage your debit card activity.
First National Bank. Member FDIC.
The winner Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Mayfield with the basketball out of the timeout. Then Herrera Hamilton going to commit his 5th foul out near the center circle. Ryan will come back into the game. It's the 4th team foul. And it'll be an inbounds near sideline with 2:22 remaining in the 4th. It's probably going to come down to free throws here. And inbounds will go to Gallegos. And Gallegos going to be fouled by Bloom out left of the lane, and Gallegos will go to the free throw line now. $11 points for Hector Gallegos. 3rd foul on Bloom. Gallegos will make on the 1st. Mancias coming into the game. Rivera checking out for Mayfield. Bynum's back in. Bynum, Favela, Hernandez, Herrera, and Bryant. And Gallegos will make on the 2nd. So it's back out to an 11-point lead. 2:19 remaining in the game. Here is Bynum. Getting it out to, trying to get out to the left corner. Good deflection there by Mayfield. And then Bryant will find Bynum in the right corner. And they'll call a foul on Foster as they get him on the hand check. So it'll be baseline right to inbounds with 2:08 remaining in the 4th. Tigers will be in the bonus the rest of the way. They get it to Favela. Favela gets in close, used his size to get the inbounds, and then worked his way to the basket. Tigers down by 9. Into the court with it. Corona's got it the near sideline. Corona will find Herrera. Herrera will go left corner to Mancias. Now it's Gallegos. Gallegos almost lost the basketball and found Mancias left wing. Mancias dribbling out near the midcourt line, gives it up to Corona. Now it's Herrera. They'll give it to Gallegos, guarded by Bynum. Gallegos works all the way to the basket, was able to get by the Tiger defender, and he's been the man here in the 4th quarter for the Trojans. Tigers quickly down the floor. Herrera off the pass from Hernandez gets the easy lay-in. And with 1:22 to go in the 4th quarter, Foster gets the ball over the far sideline. Foster finds Corona, who dribbles all the way from underneath the basket outside. And Mayfield, see if the Tigers want to foul here. Yeah, I think they do. So with 1:08 to go and a 9-point lead, it will come down to free throws here. Now 11 points for Hector Gallegos in the 4th quarter. And Corona will miss on the first. That's what the Tigers need now, is miss free throws. Mayfield with some subs here, but miss free throws, but they need to get the rebound. How many times you see that where you get the other team to miss their foul shots, but then you can't get the board. Corona makes the second. 51-41, 1:08 to go here in the game. Tigers down by 10. Bynum at the free throw line finds Favela top of the key. Tigers have got to be quicker with their shots here. Favela at the free throw line fires up the jump shot. He's going to draw the foul from Bayad. And Bayad got a why from his head coach there. Yeah, that's one of those where you just kind of stand up and down and try to, put the arm straight up and down and, make a jump shot there. That would not been necessarily an easy shot for Julian, but we'll see if he can make the free throws here for the Tigers. He is going to miss on the first. .4 seconds to go. Favela will miss. And the rebound grab by Mayfield. Coach Nee was going to call a timeout if the foul shot was good, but there's 44 seconds to go. And the Tigers trying to force a turnover. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Blast off of Alamogordo. 39.3 seconds remaining. Corona will inbound at the far sideline for Mayfield. Bayad. And he'll be fouled by Hernandez. And Bayad will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Mayfield kind of had a different player in each quarter that, at least in the second and fourth quarter. Bayad was the guy in the second. He had 8 points in that quarter, and Gallegos has been the guy this quarter for Mayfield. But I think the biggest enemy for the Tigers tonight has been their offense just kind of escaping them tonight. It's been pretty consistent for Alamo in the district season. They've been a solid offensive team. And tonight, just, partially credit Mayfield. I think they played pretty good defense, but I think Alamo just not able to make some shots when they needed to. Bayad will make the second and push it back out to an 11-point lead, which kind of fluctuated anywhere between 6 and 13 here in the second half, but the Tigers haven't gotten it down to a one-possession game this second half. It's in Mayfield's game. They've had the control of it. Here's Bryant, as he's trying to drive right in the lane, is going to draw the foul. And Marcus will shoot free throws here with 31 seconds remaining. So barring something really crazy here over the final 30 seconds, Mayfield will play Oregon Mountain on Thursday. Bryant does make the free throw, makes it a 10-point game. And unfortunately for the Tigers, this will be all she wrote on the season, as they'll finish it up at 11-16. Some bright spots this year, but Bryant makes the free throw. Coach Nee wants a timeout, and certainly you play this one all the way out. It could be your last game of the season. There's some that you're willing to kind of, let things go and take the defeat, but you're going to foul and keep trying to keep this game alive as long as you can. Down by 9, Tigers will be back out defensively when turn.
I love my life. Always on the go. My life is mobile, and so is my credit union. With a mobile website that lets me pay bills, check my balance, even find the nearest ATM. All designed to fit my phone, my tablet, and my life.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Mayfield goes length of the court and turns it over on the inbounds. Bynum, top of the key, going to fire up a 3. No good. Rebound. Bloom got to it while he was falling down, but loses the possession. Bayad's got it. 20 seconds to go. And then a foul. Oh, no. He bounds, I think. So it'll be Alamogordo basketball. I didn't quite understand the long toss there from Mayfield. Inbound it. Make the Tigers foul you. I don't know. That was surprising, but I think 9 points and 18 seconds left. That would Tigers got to hit some shots here. Inbounds goes to Benitez. Now it's sorry, folks. Didn't mean to get disconnected. Didn't really miss anything. A turnover by Mayfield. Tigers had a 3 attempt missed. Ball went out of bounds off Mayfield. Tigers, another 3 that missed. Mayfield grabbed the rebound and then ran out the clock. So 52-43 is your final score as Mayfield defeats that scoreboard. The Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show is coming up for you right after the break. Stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, weekend getaway, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online or in person today, oterofcu.org. All other subject to credit approval, other restrictions may apply. Not all will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Did you know that First National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Otero County? This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Our associates are the best. Not only do they provide great customer service, but they also serve in various roles with organizations in our community. They help at schools and even raise money for scholarships at NMSUA. Does your out-of-state bank or credit union care about our community like we do? Come see our friendly and knowledgeable associates today.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
I support our community, so I shop locally and work with other area businesses whenever I can. My credit union does too, so I became a member there. My credit union offers online bill pay, mobile banking, and e-statements. I get first-name friendly service along with faster, smarter banking. That's an unbeatable combination.
Loco Credit Union, your credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Visit us online at lococreditunion.com.
Welcome to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. The Alamogordo Tigers fall to the Mayfield Trojans 52-43. Mayfield pretty much controlled the game. Tigers jumped out to a quick start, 5-0. Mayfield would score the next 3 buckets, and they never trailed again from that point. And 2-point game at the end of the first quarter. Tigers only scored 4 points in the second, but Mayfield really didn't pull away. It was an 8-point game at half, and then Mayfield in the third quarter started to pull away, got it out to 13 points. Tigers got it back down to 8 by the end of the quarter. Tigers got it down to 6 multiple times in the fourth quarter, but never could get any closer than that. Just could not. I mean, they were getting stops. They were getting stops on the defensive side and just not making the buckets on the other end when they needed to. So, just not Tigers just didn't have a particularly strong night overall. Nothing was overwhelmingly, I would say poor. They didn't shoot the ball very well, but the Tigers didn't have a ton of turnovers. They had turnovers, I'd say, similar clip to Mayfield did. And, nobody really dominated the glass one way or the other. Both teams had their fair share of offensive rebounds. But at the end of the day, it was just, a few more shots falling in for Mayfield. And the Tigers, not able to, string anything together after they fell behind. So, just unfortunate. And, the Tigers, I thought, played pretty well over these final 5-6 games of the season. And, unfortunately only have one win to show for it. I mean, they lose late to Mayfield. The last time they were here, they were tied against Oregon Mountain going to the fourth quarter and ended up losing that game. We're shot for shot with Centennial. Cruces, that game was a 3-point game with, a couple minutes to go. Everything was close. And just the fine line that is, between, the Tigers won all those games in the second half of district play. What a huge difference to where, Almo's probably playing Gadsden tonight at home, maybe even is the 2 seed. And, those things just did not go the Tigers' way as the season progressed. So it's a young team. They're going to have a lot. They're certainly going to miss guys like Antoine Herrera-Hamilton and Marcus Bryant Jr. But, they are certainly going to have a lot coming back in Jaden Hernandez and William Bynum and Julian Favela and Bryson Bloom and Ethan Grinder and on and on and on. There's Aaron. Maybe there's some guys that are coming up through the JV program as well that'll get some opportunities too. But there certainly is a bright future. It doesn't make tonight any less difficult for the guys in the team, and certainly for the seniors in this group. Throw in Brody Lane and Josh Reynolds as well. And so, for the Tigers, just disappointing. Last year obviously was a really solid season, and we're within a whisker of playing in the pit in Albuquerque. We knew that this year it was going to be a big turnaround because so many seniors graduated last year. But I felt like the team got better as the season progressed, and I don't know if there's anything you can pick out particularly, but if these guys get better in the summer and into next year, they're going to be a tough team to beat next season without a doubt. So the final score again: Mayfield defeating Alamogordo 52-43 on Rich Samoda scoreboard. I didn't give you stats. I apologize. 10 points for. What did I do here? Points for, sorry, my audio went away there for a second, and I was confused. Doesn't take a whole lot for me to get confused. All right, I think we're good now. 10 points for Jaden Hernandez to lead the way for the Tigers. 9 points for Marcus Bryant Jr., 8 for William Bynum, and 2 points for Antoine Herrera-Hamilton, 3 for Aaron Herrera. Julian Favela finished with 6. And 2 points for Ethan Grinder. Hector Gallegos led his team with 15 tonight. Fernando Corona had 9. Tyson Foster finished with 8. Samuel Bayad had 11. 5 for Christian Covarrubia. 2 points for Ruben Rivera. 2 points for Troy Mancias. All right, that'll do it for our last Tiger basketball broadcast of the season, but we're going to jump right into baseball on Saturday. Alamogordo's got a doubleheader at home against Roswell, so we'll have both those games for you here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 12 and 2 o'clock. Doubleheader for y'all. We hope you tune in if you can't be there, but encourage you to be there. It should be a beautiful Saturday in the Basin and a nice day to kind of start working our way into spring sports. So, final score again on the Rich Samoda scoreboard. Mayfield 52, Alamogordo 43. Thanks for tuning in to Tiger basketball all season long. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday nights. And we'll have a final score for you guys. Mescalero Apache Lordsburg up on our Facebook page and on X at Charles Winnicky. You can check there as well as Mescalero Apache tries to keep their season alive. Have a good night and keep it tuned here to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast calling for mostly clear skies. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 45, Cloudcroft, an overnight low of 36. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, becoming mostly cloudy and breezy. 20% chance of evening rain tomorrow. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 75, low of 40. For Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 55 and a low of 24.
Emerging